it's telling that a lot of and there are a lot of complaints about the lineup, but then there will always be complaints about the lineup. A lot of them are from older rock music fans who they've kind of aged out of the Download demographic. Download is now not catering to people who...
Classic rock.
Yeah. If you are a Def Leppard, a Motley Crue, a Whitesnake fan, then they're not aiming at you. But fair play to Andy Coppin for booking Sleep Token and for having the balls to book Sleep Token, knowing what response it would get. And what response it has got from a bunch of, from a lot of people. As I say, mainly the older demographic who perhaps don't get Sleep Token. And it's not for them. And that's fine. But then that kind of brings us to the argument that a lot of people I've seen online. By the way, if you go on the Download Festival Facebook page and look at the comments on this announcement, it's an absolute fucking car crash. As you would expect Facebook comments to be. Oh my days. It's just like, oh, I never want to use the internet again after reading those comments. But, for the people who are into Sleep Token, for the 70, 80, 90,000 people who've bought tickets for the arena tour. I don't know how big the arenas are. I'm just guessing numbers there. For those people, they've already done all those thousands of tickets for their own shows. So it's almost a no-brainer for Download to go, hey, we'd like some of those thousands to come to Download. It's just a really great shout for them, and obviously fabulous for Sleep Token. Whereas Korn, it's about damn time.
Is it ever? I didn't realize. And you know, if you'd asked me, I said, oh, yeah, I'm sure they have. Haven't they? It's like, they've headlined the main stage at some point, haven't they? You'd think. Because they're also not new.
Well, I think the way that Green Day, their debut was 94.
Green Day and Korn, Friday and Sunday, great idea, and Sleep Token in the middle. I mean, that's well done, well played. Right, because you have your two anchors right there, but then you have the new in the middle for those going derp derp derp. I go back to the story when I was having a chat with Andy Cobbing many years ago in the bunker when we were with Team Rock, and I said, well, you know, how do you deal with the negativity? He said, you know what? With the year I booked AC/DC, I thought, that's it, I've done it, I've cracked it, this is the one that everybody wants. And so they made the announcement, AC/DC, and sure enough, and out they came. It doesn't matter who. And he said, you know what, doesn't matter who I book, there's going to be naysayers. I book what I think is right. And that attitude is fantastic, and that is shown in that announcement.
Yeah,
I mean, seriously, I mean, we have been saying this for God knows how many years. You know, and so you have to replenish. You have to, because, you know, regardless of what happens, people are going to lose interest or go. And so that's just the way it is. And that's why it has always been. I think we just had this period where rock and metal kind of didn't have the new names that were big enough to justify a main stage headliner. That's the fact, I think. And so as soon as there was one, they said, yep, these people will sell tickets. Boom, they're there. It's that simple. I mean, I don't think we have to overthink this too much. So, I mean, what I am surprised at is that they haven't seen the opportunity to go, well, actually, there is still me. And although I'm still not really sort of classic rock, Def Leppard, sort of Motley Crue, I wouldn't go. But you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That monsters of rock time. You know, you could put together a one day. I'm surprised they haven't done that.
Yes.
I think that would have been able. If you don't like that, we've got this. And I'm surprised that hasn't happened, like a one day thing at Milton Keynes or wherever it may be.
Yeah.
That is Monsters of Rock reincarnated.
And
as
we know to our detriment, when we used to run an event with tribute bands called Monsters of Mock, we know that Live Nation still very much has the rights to the name of Monsters of Rock.
They do.
Because they told us to stop using it, and we got an annoyed letter from a solicitor. So we know that they're keeping hold of, you know, the IP for Monsters of Rock. So they have it, and it genuinely shocks me that they're not doing anything, because if anything, your 50-somethings, the people who have now, for want of a better phrase, aged out of Download Festival, if anything, they have more money to spend. You think that, as you get a bit older, you've got a bit more disposable income to spend on a premium festival experience. Like there was Power Trip in the States, where you had like Maiden, Priest, Ozzy, all the huge names were just there. It amazes me that they haven't done something like that in the UK because, you've got your Monsters of Rock fans of that kind of music. And yet there are festivals who cater to that specific kind of music, like Stone Dead, like Steelhouse, who do great stuff. But you think with the might of Live Nation, they would pull strings somehow and they do a kind of power trip. Not a power trip, I mean, Live Nation's on one of them enough anyway, but they would do that kind of power trip-esque festival in the UK and get, all right, so we've got AC/DC, we've got Motley Crue, we've got Def Leppard, we've got all these, and that would be a thing. But for some reason, they just haven't. There must be a good reason for it that just we're not aware of.
There must be a reason. I don't know what that reason is, but it would seem like a no-brainer to me.
Yeah,
you think, wow, that's an easy win, and do it one day. Price the tickets accordingly and have some big names across, like Monsters of Rock.
Yeah.
Do that. I'm surprised they haven't done that. And maybe they are. Maybe the announcement will come. Who knows? Because it seems like, because there are still a lot of people that used to go to Download every single year, then are going, fuck no, I'm not going to that. And I understand that, because that's not their gig. That's
totally
fine.
Get that.
Yeah, that's fine. So you think they say, okay, but we have something here for you. Remember Monsters of Rock? Remember how good that was? Well, boom.
They have a market that's just waiting to give them some money for that kind of thing. And, I mean, they can't wait too long because none of those bands are getting any younger.
Yeah, agreed.
There's only... I mean, I know that Maiden have got their huge tour for next year, but they're not going to keep on going forever.
No, agreed. Nobody is.
Though that said, if they were to do like a one-day thing, you put, hey, we've got Maiden, we've got Metallica, we've got AC/DC playing, I would be the first in the queue for tickets.
Indeed. But how much are those tickets going to cost?
Well, yeah.
For one day.
Well, it'd be you can go see these bands, or I could pay my mortgage this month.
Yeah, exactly.
Shit, yo.
So I'm sure, I'm absolutely positive Andy Copping has thought about this.
Yes.
So there has to be a reason, and maybe it's just not justifiably financially. Who knows? To do that. Maybe they have to put on another 4-day and fucking hell. Do you want to do that? No. I don't think so. I think a one-day sort of Monsters of Rock reincarnation would anyway, what? Maybe they will, maybe they won't, who knows? It just seems like a missed opportunity, kind of knowing Live Nation that we do. You would think they go, there's money to be made there.
Yeah.
Let's go make it.
To use the...
we have the means and the contacts.
Yeah, to use the awful modern business parlance, there's money on the table. That they're leaving that money on the table. You think that they'd want to pick that up, but in any case, they may well do that at some stage. Who knows? But for what Download Festival is now and who they're aiming at, I don't think they could have put together a better lineup.
No, agreed.
For 2025. And I agree that there are some... There's a bit of heaviness missing from this bill. I mean, there is a lot of heavy there. Korn, Bullet for My Valentine, Spirit Box. But there are quite a lot of names missing from this list of names. But then I realised that a lot of those have already been booked for Bloodstock. Yeah. So I had a bet with a friend about Gojira playing this year. And I had to text him a little while back saying, well, I predicted they'd be playing one field in the Midlands in 2025. I just got the wrong field. So I could see the point that some people make, like, that this lineup, they think it's a bit weak. But I disagree. I think...
Me too.
For the target demographic, now your 20-somethings to your 40-somethings who are into alternative stuff, I think it's a shit-hot bill. Absolutely shit-hot.
I would say a lot of the people who are buying tickets aren't part of that download Facebook page.
Yeah.
I would say the download Facebook page is on my dad's page.
Well, here's the thing. That's Facebook all over. You know, Facebook is an older platform. You know, it's more older people who are on that. If you want to see what the actual target demographic thinks, go on TikTok and read the comments on TikTok.
Yeah,
as opposed to reading the comments on Facebook. TikTok is where the target demographic is.
And they'll find out when they sell tickets.
Yes.
They'll find out if they made the right call. That will be the ultimate litmus test.
But I think,
regardless of everybody speculating and going herp-a-derp,
yeah,
how many tickets are they going to shift?
I think a lot of people have this impression of what Download Festival is, and a lot of people are wrong. There's no nice way of saying it. A lot of people go, doop-a-doop, that's not metal. You know, the age-old line, that's not metal. Oh, why are they booking Green Day? They're not a metal band. It's like Download has never made any claims whatsoever to be a metal festival. None whatsoever. Sure, some years have been more metallic than others. There have been some damn heavy bands play there, you know. When you get Slipknot playing, when you get your Metallica's playing, Iron Maiden, of course. There's a lot of heavy metal that happens there, but Green Day, first and foremost, has always... Green Day. Download, if I get it right, has always been a rock festival, which sometimes has metal bands on. If you want a metal festival, that's what Bloodstock's for. And they do a damn good job as well.
They do.
But Download is a rock festival, first and foremost, which encompasses the whole gamut of the world of rock and metal, as evidence, you know, with Green Day, Sleep Token, Korn, Weezer, Don Broco. I don't think anybody's going to go out there and call Weezer metal, which is why I think some people are a bit put out by this announcement. But Download's a rock festival, always has been. Even going back to before it was Download, back in ye olden times, it was called Monsters of Rock.
Yeah, but we also talked about how the bands that no longer fit Reading and Leeds are migrating to Download. Download is becoming for those that I'm sure Reading and Leeds have the same thing. You know, their legacy bunch are going, what? Who's this year, Derb? That's nothing like it used to be. We do. I'm sure, fuck it will never end. So don't listen to it and just do what you think is best. Andy Copping, well done, and I hope that you sell a shitload of tickets. And if people don't like it, that's their problem.
Yeah.
Fuck 'em.
Primordial Radio.